Paldean Pokemon are coming to Pokemon Go, and I'm sure you may be wondering, how good are these new Pokemon? Well, we're looking at how the evolutions of Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxly all fare in Pokemon Go, so let's get right into the analysis. Welcome back everyone. So the Paldean starters are coming to Go with the new season, but let's take a look at how each will perform in both raids and PvP. Starting off with Sprigatito's final evolution, Meowscarada. The Magician Pokemon is a Grass Dark type, a first for Grass starters. Stat-wise, it has the highest attack of all the Grass starters, excluding Megas, but it is rather glassy. This primes it for a decent raid attacker performance, but less than stellar PvP performance. Looking at what its moves have to offer though, Meowscarada has Leafage and Charm for fast moves, and Grass Knot, Play Rough, Energy Ball, and Night Slash for charged moves. These are some solid moves, but I'm not sure it'll be enough for Meowscarada in PvP. Leafage and Night Slash do pair pretty well, and Grass Knot is solid, but Meowscarada is still pretty glassy. Frenzy Plant will eventually improve it further, but it's likely going to be just a niche PvP Pokemon. In raids though, it's a different story. Yes, it's still a glassier Pokemon, but Meowscarada has a high speed of damage even without Frenzy Plant, and with it, it'll eventually beat all the other Frenzy Plant starters. It's still outclassed by some big names, but it's nothing to scoff at. Next up we have Fuecoco's Fire Ghost type evolution, Skeledirge. Now Skeledirge has the most bulk of these three starters, though nothing outstanding. Still, that allows it to have more potential for PvP, while its promise for raiding isn't really there. Move-wise, it has Incinerate and Bite alongside Disarming Voice, Flamethrower, Shadow Ball, and Crunch, which is a great set of moves. Blast Burn will improve it further, but Incinerate alongside Disarming Voice and Shadow Ball is a very interesting moveset, providing fire, ghost, and fairy coverage. I'm not sure Skeledirge will be top tier, but I definitely think it'll have use in the Ultra League. It's a bit clunky with Incinerate being a slower move, but it will definitely find use. And finally, we move to Quaxly's evolution, the water-fighting Quaquavel. Now Quaquavel actually has better stats across the board than Meowscarada, higher attack, defense, and stamina, but like Meowscarada, it's still a more attack-weighted Pokemon. For moves, Quaquavel sports Wing Attack and Water Gun alongside Aqua Jet, Aerial Ace, Liquidation, and Close Combat, and honestly, this is pretty solid. Wing Attack alongside other Liquidation and Aerial Ace and Close Combat for a strong closer make for a great moveset for the Dancing Duck. Again, it doesn't have the bulk to be something like Poliwrath, but I definitely can see some value in a more attack-weighted water fighting type. It'll absolutely have some potential in cups. And in raids, Quaquavel will be in a similar spot to Meowscarada when it gets Hydro Cannon, becoming the best new water starter for raids, outside of Megas and Shadows of course, but obviously, we're likely a few years off from that. With Liquidation though, it's rather mediocre in raids. So 3 starters, all with decent moves. Wait, we're getting Lechonk too? Well, okay, let's take a look at Oinkologne then. Oinkologne is a decent looking Pokemon in PvP, specifically the female version. Both gender forms have the same moves, but they do have slightly different stats, with the female being bulkier and more fit for PvP. Move-wise though, Oinkologne doesn't have that many options. However, with Tackle, Body Slam, and the newly buffed Dig, it puts up a decent fight. Honestly though, I think I'd rather use Quick Attack Diggersby, or even something like Linoon in this case. While it's got very solid bulk in the Great and Ultra Leagues, I'm not really sure it'll see much use outside of niche scenarios, but it's got perfectly serviceable stats and moves, so if you like, give it a try. But that just about wraps up our analysis on the first wave of Paldean Pokemon. Which are you most excited for? Let us know down in the comments below. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming analyses. Next week we'll have an analysis on the next wave of Paldean Pokemon, including the pseudo-legendary Excalibur, so stay tuned for that. Until then though, thanks so much for watching, we hope you have a great day, and take care.